yeah, but chop down that's like PD hoes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land.
Yeah, it's your roof from Tassie, bouncing like a kid at a Bunnings sausage sizzle on a Saturday morn. Season 3's lit, laptop lifestyle, dad show, hero makers. Season is born from AI funnels to social selling grit. Now it's hero making time. Strap in, this is it, yo. I've hopped Tokyo's back streets, cop the LA glow, bringing yarns from the road, mate. Watch the wisdom flow from the kitchen bench, hustle to the big global stage. We're handing you the keys, now it's time to turn the page.
Watch you heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, been spreading across the land.
I'm the pumped up platypus from Sunny Q, way more bounce than a kid who spotted the ice cream van. You see, two Wizzy dads, mate, bringing boom source seed, helping legends step up, take the driver's seat. We're not just here to yabba raw, spin ya a line. We're handing you the mic so your voice can shine. From Tassie to Tokyo, Goldie to Perth, hero makers worldwide, lifting leaders of worth.
Jeff Rule's got the coffee double shot, mate, I'm wide. They platypus at the pool party, still floating our tide. Jeff from barbecues to boardrooms, we bring the yarns and the tools, helping legends lead strong and break all the rules.
See heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. This is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, legends, spreading across the land.
Grab your brew, your notepad, and your crew. It's the laptop lifestyle dad show. Hero Maker season, bringing heroes out of you.
Patty the Rule, platypus bringing the tricks.
Hero Makers podcast, your daily boom source fix.
Heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land. Heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends, spreading across the land.
Hero makers, legends, spreading across the land. No, okay, don't give up your day job.
That's right. Gonna have a bit of fun. It's Fun Day Friday.
It is Fun Day Friday. Dave, how you going, buddy?
I'm great, although I was a bit frozen there for a minute, so I had to jump off because everything stopped and I wasn't moving.
Oh, you're here. You're back on time. Nobody would know. I love our friend Carrie. He's got to give it to the Yanks. Got to give them a good G up. Well, guys, we're going to talk all things Australian slang, Australian lingo. So, Dave, I'm going to get you to interpretate for me. I'm going to do the slang. You're going to interpretate. How are you going to go with this? You good?
We'll find out. I hope I do all right, being Australian and all.
Well, so do I, mate. You live up in Queensland, so you're more Australian than I am.
Oh, I don't know about that. Tasmania was discovered before Queensland, wasn't it? Although you was discovered by the Dutch, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I was actually born in Queensland, so there you go. I was actually born in Gympie.
I was born in New South Wales.
Yeah,
I was actually born in Broken Hill, in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, there you go. I know Broken Hill very well. Lightning Ridge, Broken Hill. Yeah, very fun.
Oh, there you go. I don't know nothing about them. I need to go visit there one day.
I've driven Broken Hill plenty of times.
There you go.
So, yeah, Broken Hill is one of those places where the crows fly upside down because there's nothing really worth much shitting on.
Fair enough, then. Fair enough. That's probably why I left, because I am worth shitting on. So
Anyway, yes, Craig, we've got to give everybody a good clear. So let's get into this. Let's start nice and easy. So, Dave, you're in Queensland, and I love this about Queenslanders. So, what does yeah nah mean?
Yeah nah just means
yeah nah. There's no.
Maybe that probably means maybe. It's probably not a good Queensland one that I really jumped in on. But yeah nah, it's sort of like Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, nah. But yeah,
No.
Probably more likely no, but yeah, maybe.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
what does
maybe, or yeah,
what does nah
definitely.
yeah mean? What's nah yeah mean?
Nah, yeah, means nah, yeah, it means yeah.
No,
I'm gonna do it.
yeah, let's go.
It's the opposite, but yeah, no, these Queenslanders are crazy. I still
Yeah,
haven't quite rid all their culture.
nah means no. So yeah, nah means yeah. So yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah. I don't know. I've lost track now.
That just means we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, that's pretty appropriate, right?
Well, true, yeah, exactly.
So okay, let's make it a bit easier. Let's have some fun. So what does arvo mean?
Afternoon, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed about Australians. We love to shorten everything. You know, it's like
Yeah, right.
you don't go to McDonald's, you go to Macca's, and you know, you don't go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, you go to KFC.
Yeah. So what does bogan mean?
That's just your general run of the mill guy, I suppose. You know, you just you know, probably what would you say? I wouldn't say, yeah, probably blue collar labourer, you know, or
Yeah,
somebody
look,
that's not in.
American friends, I would say probably hillbilly redneck.
Yeah, well, if you want to compare it to the Americans, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's not hold back here. You know, we're going all in here. Let's just be fun and let's have some fun, playful tone with it all. So
Yeah, why not?
and so what we're going to do.
Again.
So what we're going to do is actually, Dave, I'm going to get you to help me to interpretate this one, and then we'll go back through and maybe we'll explain something. But I've got a paragraph for you. You ready?
Oh God, no.
Maybe we'll leave that to the end. Maybe we'll get back.
That's all right. Fire away. All right.
Let's see. All right. So here we go. So Stone the Flamin' Crows, mate. I was flat out like a lizard drinking all arvo. They then rocked up to the servo in me trackies, grabbed a snag roll and a chocky milk from the bottle-o next door. Fair dinkum. Those mozzies, they were giving me grief, but no worries. Chucked in the esky in the ute, whacked me thongs on, and then thought, she'll be right, mate. Reckon I'll head over to Dave's for a cuppa for a chin wag. You know, dead set. What a ripper day that was.
God, that's a lot to keep up with. Basically, you went to the servo, filled up with fuel, grabbed some piss, put it in the esky, came over for a barbecue at my place.
Yep.
Something like that anyway. Yeah. Flat out like a lizard drinking. So, yeah. Well, you probably shouldn't have been driving. Depending on what you were drinking, I suppose.
What does hard yakka mean?
Oh, a bit of hard work. A bit of
hard work, mate. A bit of hard yakka. I said that one to my son Lachlan the other day. He goes, Dad, what's yakka? I had no idea. What do you mean, what's yakka? You never heard me say that's a bit of hard yakka?
Yeah, a bit of hard work, mate. Never heard anybody.
So Bottle-o is what?
Bottle shop.
The liquor store. Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah, okay.
You know, if I'm sick, but I'm not really sick, what am I chucking?
Sickie.
Sickie. I've done that plenty of times. And how do we say
the best thing I learned about chucking a sickie is you never chuck a sickie when you're sick. You chuck a sickie when you want to go somewhere and have fun.
Right? That's what you chuck a sickie.
You got to work when you're sick.
Yeah, that's what my pop boys used to say to me. He said, boy, don't go to work, don't chuck a sickie when you're sick. You know, you go to work when you're sick. So when you do have a sickie, they think you're really sick because you've taken a day off.
That's right, exactly.
So, you know, in Australia, we have a really awesome word here for legit or for real. What's that word? You know what it is?
Fair dinkum.
Fair dinkum, mate. It used to be one of my favourite sayings. Well, working on the cattle stations now. Fair dinkum, mate.
It was like hey mate and all that sort of stuff was something that took me a while to get used to in Queensland. Like, everything's hey mate. Or the currency of Queensland is a box of gold.
Yeah, box of gold. No,
Chinnies of gold.
What is it? Good as gold, mate. Good as gold.
Yeah, but you know, if you want to get something done out in a construction site, you just rock up with a box of beer under your arm and say, "Here you go, mate. That's for you. I need this done."
Yeah, 4X gold. I mean, man, I drink so many cartons of 4X gold. Well, I probably shouldn't say that, but I used to drink a lot.
Well,
of
you
gold.
know, we've all had our issues at some point.
Yeah. So, what do you call an idiot? What do you call a silly person? You know, like your clown. Like in American, they would say
Flamin Galah. If you want to be really, if you want to be really Australian,
do you remember that character Alf Stewart off of that series Home and Away? You remember that?
Yes, I do. Flame. He was always. What was it?
Yeah, Flamin Galah.
Or Flame the Crow. Or yeah,
Or
Stone the Crows.
Stone the Flaming Crows, was it? Stone the Flaming Crows.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What do we call the Golden Arches here in Australia?
Knackers.
Knackers, that's the one. And those little things that fly along and they bite you, those mosquitoes, what do we call them?
Oh, mozzies.
Mozzies.
That's what I call them, mozzies. Although there seems to be more sandflies in bloody, or midgies. They got
midgies. Yeah. Yep. So here's a good one for you. What do we say when we're saying, don't stress, like it's all good? What do we say?
Oh, no worries.
No worries, mate.
No worries. No worries.
And what about this one? Like basically it's oh my god or seriously. What do we say there?
Struth.
Struth. You got to put the accent into it. It's like struth, mate.
Truth. I'm still struggling with myself, frozen on the screen there next to you. I'm surprised you can hear me.
Yeah, no, I can hear you all good.
That's all right then.
So let's interpretate crazy.
Stone the Flaming Crows, I'm frozen.
Stone the Flaming Crows, I'm frozen. All right, let's see if that works. I'll bring it back up. We've got to give you a good G up. What's that mean? We've got to give you a good G up, Dave.
Oh, good G up. Jesus. Take the piss out of you, stir you up.
Okay, now explain to take the piss out. What's that mean?
Stir you up, tease you maybe.
Yeah. And so like our American friends, when I say this, they all look at me weird, and I now know why.
I cop that from my wife too. I know what you're going to say.
Thongs, right? So what are actually thongs are for us? They're flip flops. They're not underwear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, that's right. They're flip flops.
I'm putting on my thongs. It's like, no, I'm not putting on my G-string. I am putting on some footwear.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I had the same problem with my wife. She goes, "What are they?" I said, "She goes, oh, put your flip flops on or something, or your slippers on." And I said, "What? My slippers I wear around before I go to bed over night time, and my thongs I wear to the beach, and or everywhere else." But it's not a G-string, love. It's not a G-string.
Yeah. And I used to, when I was in New Zealand, I used to, we call them speed humps here in Australia. Those things that slow you down on the road. Back over in New Zealand, they call them judder bars. Like you go to
really?
judder bars. They call them judder bars.
Wow. That's a hard word to say for that.
Speed humps always good. We call them gum boots over here, but what do they call them in New Zealand? They call them wellies. Wellington
wellies or something.
I think that's a very UK thing.
Don't get me started on the Kiwis. There's plenty of funny videos on YouTube about people with their cobalts cleaning their decks and stuff, but I won't say it on here.
We'll have to see if we can get a Kiwi mate on here, and we'll have a bit of banter back and forth. That'd be fun.
Get locked up in Australia.
All right, I've got another paragraph. You got another sentence for you. You ready?
Oh, here we go. This will be fun.
So, mate, I've been out flat out like a lizard drinking all week, busting me chops at work. Fair dinkum. The boss has me running round like a chook with its head cut off. I barely had time for a cuppa or even to chuck a snag on the barbie. No worries, though. I'll smash it out, grab a feed from Macca's on the way home, and then I'll hit the hay and she'll be right, mate. Basically,
you've had a bloody hard work at week, and you're going to grab some McDonald's on the way home, and you're going to go to bed as soon as you get there. Go to sleep.
Now, here's a yank. Here would be what I would call a yank translation. So for the same sentence here, I love ChatGPT. I'm having too much fun. But I've got an Aussie slang version for the same sentence, and I've come up with a yank one. So here's how we would say it in American. So, dude, been crazy, busy all week, working my tail off. Honestly, the boss has me running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I hardly had time for a coffee, and I'll have to throw a burger on the grill, but it's all good. I'll get it done. Grab me some McDonald's on the way home, and then I'll crash in bed, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, see, we like to shorten everything.
Yeah, right.
Hard week at work, get some Macca's on the way home, and I hit the hay.
Yeah. So let's keep going with our interpretation. So what's an Esky?
Well, it's probably a cooler box or something the
Ice
Americans
chest.
might
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ice chest. Yeah, there you go. That's
And-
something that we just, we love carrying them around. They're actually even a brand in Esky these days. So
yeah,
you
there's
open up,
actually
you throw all your cold stuff in it. When you're
You
going out
can't go.
for a
You can't.
picnic or-
Yeah, when I was 18, you couldn't go anywhere out without two things: your esky and your swag. You had to have them chucked
Yep.
in the you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly, mate. Yep.
Now-
So you
now-
never know if you're going to come home or not.
And now I'd add a third thing onto that list, and I'd have to have me Weber. Got to have me Weber barbecue on there too.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yep. So
Yeah.
I'd have to have me grill. So yeah, and so when I go, I got to make it difficult. So instead
What
of
do you
just,
mean? You've never used a
gas-
Weber? You've never used a
Yeah,
Weber?
I got a little Weber here. Well, it's not a
Yeah,
Weber,
yeah.
it's basically a Weber, yeah. But we don't use that much anymore. The Filipino likes to grill things, so you got to have the charcoal and that, and you got to start the fire, and which is not a bad thing, but it's not real convenient if you want to take it anywhere, though.
Yeah. So
You might as well just make yourself just a steel plate like we used to in the good old days, and just light a fire with the wood and
Right,
throw that
yeah.
on top of it.
No,
and heat it
no,
up,
no.
and
Here's
away you go.
even better. Here's even better, right? You set up your campfire, you get a bit of fence and wire, and you sort of create like your own handmade grill and whatnot. And you cook your food on the fence and wire. You ever done that before?
Yep. Sure
You
have.
you can't tell I'm a boy from the bush.
And the good one was well, if you had foil, you'd get your potatoes and you'd wrap them up in foil and throw them in the ashes and let them cook. But if you didn't have foil, you just throw them in there anyway and pull them out at the end of it. So
when I was 15, I used to go up in the hills with the boys, and we'd go away for the whole weekend. And my parents would never knew where I was for a little while and stuff, and we'd be up there, doing what teenage boys do, and we'd sleep overnight, right? So we'd be going around on these little bikes, these little 125s, riding around in the bush, and we'd normally have our 22 on our back of our shoulder here. And we'd have our bedroll. We didn't have a swag back then. We had bedrolls, and you roll them out. So you set up your fire, your camp. You've been off playing around with the guns, the 222s, and playing around with those. And then the night come around, you'd have a few drinks and a few yarns around the campfire. And this was back when I could sleep in the basically you'd sleep in the sheep tracks. The sheep
pretty
would
much
sleep.
exactly.
And you use a mound of dirt for the pillow, under the stars. And so it was pretty cool. So one of these days I'd had a little bit too much booze and a little bit hungover. So the morning the boys are up early, and this time I'm sleeping in the back of my ute, and this time, and so they're using me ute as like a gun rest, and they're popping off these little rabbits, pop, and bang bang, and they're doing it over my head. I was that passed out. I didn't even hear a thing. I woke up a couple of hours later, then I rose up and I said, "Were you boys shooting over the top of my head?" It's like I thought I dreamt it.
Yep.
Oh dear. So
give me hold the fort for 1 second. I just got a 4-year-old that's needs some attention for a few seconds.
yeah, no, two worries, mate. This is what it looks like to do the juggle, guys. All right, so while Dave's playing around with Sebastian, got the dad hat on for a second. Let's keep this party going. So hang on, let me go here to show you some chatty. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. I can share my screen with you, and this is how you can actually have some fun with ChatGPT. So as you can see here, I've just been having fun in the background here. And one of the things I love to do here is hit this little dictate option here. So I'm going to talk to ChatGPT, and I'm going to get it to dictate my words here. And I'm going to get you to come up with some dad jokes, but some really Aussie slang ones, okay? And we'll create an interpretation for you. We'll keep this party going. So Chatty, whilst I'm here on this live stream, I just want you to help me out now and create some really Aussie slang type dad jokes. Like, let's go right in, like act like Steve Irwin and, any other sort of big Aussie character. Oh, I know, act like Russell Coit for our Aussie friends. Do you remember Russell Coit? My wife absolutely detests him, hates him. I think he's one of the best things out there. Act like Slim Dusty, act like, Lee Kernaghan, act like some of the truest Aussie icons out there, Chatty, and really lean into this slang here and come up with some awesome Aussie jokes for me. All right, let's see. Whilst that's doing that, I'll just flick over here, see if Dave's back yet. No, he's not back. We're still here just with me. All good. We'll keep this party going. All right. Let's see what we got. Crikey, mate, this now you're talking. Old gentleman, Steve Irwin. All right, so Steve Irwin styles. Crikey, I told the missus I was flat out like a lizard drinking. She said, well, maybe if you stopped wrestling like the couch like a croc, you'd actually get something done. But gotta love Chatty. All right,
He's
Dave.
pretty funny.
He's back.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get this one going. Russell Coit style. Do you remember Russell Coit, Dave?
I do. I loved him.
Yes. Sarah hates him. I reckon he's hilarious.
Oh, he was.
Rightio.
What's his name? Is it Glenn or something? Glenn Robbins, maybe, or something? Glenn.
I can't remember now, but
Exactly.
right, bit of bush, what Russell Coit used to do, right? He used to, be up at the top end, and he would do all this bush survival stuff, with the land cruisers and stuff. So if you're out lost in the outback, don't worry, just find a servo and buy a meat pie. Works every time, unless you're actually out in the outback, and then you're actually bugging.
yeah, exactly.
That is so Russell Coit.
Don't follow Russell Coit instructions when you're out in the
No,
sure.
You'll end up dead.
Exactly.
Do you remember Lee Kernigan, country singer?
Love Lee Kernigan.
Asked a bloke at a pub if I wanted a beer. He said, nah, mate, I'm on the wagon. I said, fair dinkum. Which wagon? I'm heading to the bottle. Oh, Jaddy, you're making up shit now. Good old Slim Dusty. The mate with no beer, the pub with no beer. And then the publican looked at me and said, what sort of Slim Dusty joke is this?
Fair enough. I used to love the good old red back on the toilet seat.
Chatty. Oh, dear. Dave, we have way too much fun with this job, don't we? This is not job.
Yes, we do.
I would call this not our job. I would call this our trade. We have too much fun with our trade. Dear.
I don't know what you call it, but it's way too much fun. Get up early in the mornings, do all the hard yakka, and then the afternoon comes and we just have too much fun.
Yeah, right. So let's round this out and then we'll close out for the week. But we've been doing these daily live conversations. This is our second week now. Monday to Friday. HeroMakers Daily Live Conversations with your friends Jave. There you go. I put us together. Dave and Jeff.
Dave.
So Dave, what does pull your head in mean?
Behave yourself, I guess, basically.
Behave yourself.
Don't be what was the other thing that you called it? Don't be a
don't be a drongo. No, it wasn't a drongo.
Don't be a bogan.
Don't be a bogan. Don't be a drongo. My father used to say, "Put your head in all the time." What's on the piss mean?
Yeah. Having a few beers and getting, probably drunk. Usually, we don't hold back when we get on it.
and here's one for you. This is one of my favorite ones. What does a dead set legend mean?
Oh, you and me.
I love it. Absolute rock star. That's what it means.
Exactly. Yes. You want to put the American interpretation onto it, but I'll just settle for you and me. That'll work.
Yeah. No, I love it. So Dave, mate, we've had a wonderful week this week, and we're heading into the weekend to spend some time with the family and recharge so we can go again for next week. But mate, what have been some of the major highlights? There's been a lot, I know, but if you had to bring it down to one or two, what have been some of the big highlights? And on top of that, what's been some of the big takeaway growth moments for yourself personally?
Right. Well, I guess obviously yesterday's HeroMakers Summit was probably the biggest highlight of the week, or one of them anyway. It's certainly up there. I thought that was an awesome achievement, and it was just such a worthwhile event to be at. Working away there and being a part of it, I was blessed for that. I think as far as conversations and stuff go, I think raising the lid, like the lifting the lid conversation that we're having with the leadership stuff, and basically, you can't be a leader until you can lead yourself. So how are you going to lead others? Yeah. So pretty much along those lines, I think they're probably the thing. But I put a couple of posts up yesterday, and I've got plenty more to come based on the gold nuggets that I found in HeroMakers Summit yesterday. So
I personally love those summits, right? you know, and for our audience, like we're going to be doing more summits. Dave doesn't know, I haven't had team chat with him yet, but I've already got November's blocked in. So parking,
I knew because it popped up in my calendar.
Right.
I was looking at your calendar. It was in somebody's bloody calendar.
you anticipated me, right? So you work close enough. That's what you get to do, right? You get to anticipate people. But we've got our next Hero Makers Summit. You know, we haven't got the team locked in. We haven't spoken to the team yet, but I got the date locked in, which is going to be November 13th, a week before I actually head over to USA. So make sure you just park that. Like if you're part of our
locked
audience,
in too, I believe.
yeah. So look, if you're actually part of our audience and you want to be a part of that game with us, well, here's the thing. I would recommend that you jump on our Hero Makers VIP Club. Let me just share my screen with you here. So, you know, what we're going to start doing with these daily life conversations, the intentionality behind them was to give us space and a platform to help us to promote our own things. And so, you know, this is a bit of like, follow, learn, do, teach, follow along how we're doing things to, get people's attention, get the permission, get them engaged, build connection, build relationship. And when you've got that, all marketing and sales is putting the right product in front of the right people at the right time. And look, I know my mate Craig's already jumped in on this offer because he's a smart cookie, right? This offer, I look at this and it's way too cheap for what it is going to be. And so, like, the fact that we got this at $47 a month or even $97 a month for our platinum option, we're going to offer here in this space and build this community together. Like, get in early whilst this is only 2,500 people. Get in early while you're part of our first 100 people, because I know for a fact that this is going to go really, really quick. You know why I know that? Because I'm hanging around with some pretty awesome people. Today I got the opportunity to MC for Joseph McClendon and Natasha Graziano's Power and Purpose event. Now, that wasn't planned. There was another MC that had to jump in and do it, but his wife ended up having to go to the ER. So Jeff Ross had to step up to the plate and swing a home run out. And I don't know, Dave, how did I go?
You did bloody well, to be honest with you. Yes, it was like
Yeah, right.
I was having a proud papa moment. Look at him go.
I appreciate you, but I wasn't ready for that. But because I'm hanging around the right people, I'm able to be adaptable. I'm able to say, yep, I can do this, and step up to the plate and go smash out that home run. And so that's what we're going to offer with this Hero Makers VIP Club. We're going to start pulling on our strings here a little bit and bringing in some of this influence from these amazing people. I've already got Michael Silvers lined up. I've already got Mary Glorifield lined up. And they're two of some of the best in the business when it comes to this, especially with events production and sales and personal developments. And, so for those of you who don't know, Michael Silvers ran Peak Performance. He's one of the top peak performance coaches in the world. And Joseph McClendon runs, Neurocute Coding Institute. He teaches at UCLA, as a professor there on neurocoding. These are our mentors, guys. And so we're going to bring them here into you with this VIP club that we're operating here. And this is how rising tides raise all ships conversation. So one of the things I heard on the last, event, I've done so many now, the last event, the Power and Purpose event that I heard just this morning. One of the third things I heard from Natasha Graziano, and so real, is there's no point hiring a coach and a mentor is either A, hasn't been where you want to be, or B, is not in the trenches with you. Well, guys, we tick both those boxes. And if we don't tick those boxes, we've got people in our community and our circle of influence that have and will help you to do the same thing. So I think you're nuts, to be honest, if you don't jump in on this offer as soon as possible, because it's not going to be long before I get my brain screwed on here and get my head twisted on and actually look at raising the price. Yes, and I guarantee you,
sooner or later, I'm going to be able to get you in Tasmania and I'll grab you in the headlock and say, "What the hell are you doing, boy?"
Right, I know. I must be nuts. Offering
that's that good a deal. I nearly bought the bloody thing myself.
Well, yeah, and so. These are the things, right? So get in early, fast action takers win, early adopters win, and be a pioneer with us and help us build this. And because of that, you'll get an early discount for it. This is about community. This is about connection. This is about character development. This is about spiritual development. This is about emotional development. It's all of the fundamentals that you need to build up a successful career online. You know, I would, you know, I'm starting to step into, so what's our unique sales appointing? And, you know, so Dave, I've been thinking around and rattling this on my brain. So I'm going to go to you, modeling some of the best out there, like Joseph and Natasha. I'm now going to identify myself as my profession is I'm the guy that helps you to find your voice, elevate your voice, and amplify your voice. And my trade of choice is mentor, coach, you know, in this space to be able to help people implement that key strategy to be able to elevate themselves with the authority, with the credibility, with everything they need. You know, like, yes, we teach you AI. Yes, we teach you funnel building. Yes, we teach you sales. Yes, we teach you marketing and everything in between. That's what we do, right? That's the horizontal. But what makes us unique is the vertical, where we help you to go deeper and we help you to raise above the noise. So, guys, lock in arms with us. Let's go run together. Jump in on that HeroMakers offer and let's go. Dave's already put the link in there. You'd be mad not to jump in on this early because I guarantee you I will raise the price. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that yet, but it won't be far away. It'll probably be more likely, you know, looking at the calendar.
Maybe the first of next month.
Yeah, it's only going to probably a few days away because I think we definitely need to raise the price. So get in on that founder's price now, guys. Can't drum that bandwagon enough here, you know, and bang that drum enough. But, you know, you guys are going to do what you got to do. Totally understand. But there will be opportunities to get in early and get the best price. And yes, you will be locked in at that price for a grandfathered rate and that spaces and whatnot as well. That's probably the other bonus that I would have to offer in there. And so we're going to over deliver. Look what we do in our free stuff. Imagine what we do in our paid stuff. Dave, I just got to thank you, mate. It's been an amazing week. We've had the pedal to the metal. We've turned the gas up. How many more cliches can I throw in here? You know, we've been flat out like lizards speaking, and you know, but mate,
I've been jumping around like a bloody Tassie devil on a hot tin roof or something like that.
Well, I was going to wrap up with this one, mate. You're as pumped up as a platypus in a pool party, and I'm as caffeinated a kangaroo jumping around on that trampoline. And together, we're about to jump off to the moon, and we want people to jump on this rocket ship with us, and let's go. But till then, next time, we'll see you here Monday. Bye for now, and stay caffeinated, stay legendary, and bye for now.